Well, hello, everybody. My name is Brenna Smith. I am the communications manager for gshom. So thank you for joining us today for our virtual programming. I am here with my friend Tammy, who is a Cadette Girl Scout. So Tammy, thanks so much for joining me today. How's your day going?
My day has been great, thank you.
Awesome. So Tammy's a cadet, which means she is in seventh grade. Cadets can be sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. And Tammy, you have been a Girl Scout all the way since you were a Daisy. Is that true?
Yes.
Awesome. So that means that Tammy's been a Girl Scout for about 7, 8 years now. What have been some of your favorite parts of being in Girl Scouts?
Making friends is definitely one of them. You can just like meet people and you can instantly connect with them, or it can take time to meet people, but at the end of the day, you're gonna at least have make a few friends.
That's awesome. And what we're really wanting to talk about today is Girl Scout cookies and the product program, because we know that that's, something that is a philanthropy opportunity for girls. It's a great way to build entrepreneurship skills. So, what are some things that you feel that you have learned being involved in the cookie program over your experience as a Girl Scout?
I have to say that you need to take time and you can't if it's the first day of selling cookies, you can't go immediately. You have to think of what you're gonna do and where you're gonna go, and to be patient with how things go because you can't always force people to get what you want.
Definitely. Yeah. So you really have to kind of build the plan to like how you want to accomplish, what it is that you want to accomplish. And you really have to practice that patience, right? Of,
Yeah,
knowing that if you set a goal of 500 boxes, like maybe you're not going to sell 500 boxes, your first day selling cookies, right?
yeah,
Awesome. Um, so it sounds like you've learned some patience, you've learned some resilience. Um, Obviously, this cookie season has been different, right? Like it's been a
yeah.
very odd cookie season because normally you would have had a ton of booths that you could have worked and maybe even, gone to visit people and sold them cookies. So I understand that you've had some experience with sending emails for through your
Yeah.
digital cookie store. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
With like sending emails, you have to think of what you're gonna say before typing it out, and you have to discuss it with like, for example, like your mom or your dad, and you have to discuss of how you're gonna send it and when and like how you're gonna type it so that it gives like details about it.
Yeah, definitely. What a great skill to learn too, because I know in my role, like I'm constantly making decisions like that. Like, okay, who are
Yeah,
we going to send this email to and when are we going to send it and what are we going to say? So that's such an amazing life skill that you're learning doing this digital cookie. And it sounds like you've had some pretty great success with sending those emails and selling some cookies via your store, right?
yeah.
That's great. Um, I mean, that's like one of the best ways to hit your goals this year. So that's awesome. If you were talking to, a Brownie Girl Scout or a younger Girl Scout, what advice might you give to her right now during this super weird, out of the norm cookie season?
To be patient, like you can't always think that right away it's gonna happen. Like you have to take time and you have to maybe resend emails if someone didn't get it, or you have to like rethink of what you're gonna do because you can't be close to each other. Um, you have to be patient with how this is gonna work out because we don't know yet what's gonna happen and we don't know how long we are going to not be able to like go outside and see each other.
Right, totally. That is great advice. Between you and your troop, I understand that you guys have kind of, set some goals and started to maybe talk about different options different experiences you'll be able to have with the cookie proceeds. So, what are some of those goals or some of those things that you're hoping to do with your troop?
Well, in the past, we have worked at diaper banks and food banks, and we help give them to people in need, like for their kids and for their families to put food on the table every night. And we are thinking of donating boxes and money to doctors in the hospitals because they are spending their time making their life at risk, trying to help patients get better during the COVID-19 outbreak. And so we think it's right because they help everybody. They help people nonstop, and people come in and out of hospitals every day. And so we think that it's good to give them money and give them cookies so that we know that we still appreciate them no matter what.
That is amazing. And it's so important right now, where there's all this craziness and uncertainty happening, and it's amazing that you girls are giving back in this way. How does that
Yeah.
make you feel?
It makes me feel really happy inside because they know how hard, or we know how hard they work to try and recover patients, like no matter what, during COVID-19 or when someone falls or like they hurt themselves and they need to go to the hospital. So we want them to know how much we appreciate them, and we want um yeah, how much we appreciate them.
That is amazing, and what an important way to give back, and you guys should be so proud of yourselves because that is
Yeah.
really incredible. So awesome work. And that kind of brings me to the next idea that I wanted to talk about with you, which is for our Brownie friends who might be watching, the philanthropist badge and earning the philanthropist badge, which the word philanthropist is a big long word that basically means somebody who gives back to the community and somebody who is of service and helps out and donates time or perhaps money or anything that they can do to really help others around them. So thinking about that idea of philanthropy and of giving back, is there if there's somebody who maybe they want to help out and purchase cookies from you, but for whatever reason they can't eat a lot of sugar, maybe they have different food allergies, is there a way that they can still give back and perhaps participate in the cookie program in some way?
Yeah, definitely. They can donate cookies to Hometown Heroes.
Awesome. And the Hometown Heroes program, basically, those Hometown Heroes donations can get donated to different hospitals, to different fire stations, police stations, food banks. So, all of those things that you've kind of been talking about as being important to you and your troop, that is also an option for folks who might want to give back, even though they can't, unfortunately, eat all of the delicious cookies. I would be
Yeah.
happy to eat all of the delicious cookies, but that's just me. So awesome. Well, Tammy, thank you so much for chatting with me today. Is
Yeah,
there
thank you
anything
so
else?
much.
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to add or anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, one quick thing. Force um you can't force people to buy cookies because like Brenna said, like they might have like an allergy or they may have something wrong that they can't eat all the sugar. So they can always donate, and you have to make sure that donating is an option because it is, and you can't always like you can't judge someone on like you can't make fun of them because they can't have sugar or because they have allergies because that's a natural thing that comes to people. So it's always a good option to donate.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, it's so important, especially, maybe if you have had a ton of cookies this year, but you want to make sure that people on the front lines that they get to have cookies. Maybe you want to do both. Like I know I'm still buying cookies and I'm still donating cookies. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Tammy, thank you so much for kind of talking about your experience and sharing with us. I think it was really informative, and will give some good advice and explanation for the product program. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.